Can you explain what this program is all about and what happens over the course of 12 months?
Sure. The Agile Transformation Leaders Network is a peer learning community. It's a group of people who all have various types of responsibility for Agile transformation in their organizations. And they've all recognized the opportunity to learn from each other and to learn from outside speakers. So the group will be getting together once a month for a couple of hours each time. And we'll take a look at the topics within the space of Agile and within the space of organizational change. We'll look a little bit at leadership and so on.
You come up with these topics, right?
We're going to develop the topics together as a group. This is not a curriculum that I'm planning to deliver, but we'll see where people want to go.
Okay. And can you give an example from the last year, maybe?
Yeah, well, last year there were sessions on the Cynefin framework and on team topologies. There was a session on the BVSSH, better value, safer, sooner, happier. Is that what that stands for? There will be some guest speakers. Occasionally, I will present a program. Sometimes we'll have somebody in the group present a program. And other times we'll just have a roundtable where people will bring their current issues and provide clinic for each other on that. We may do a book club once or twice during the year as well.
How do I identify, or whoever watching this, how do they identify this program is for me or not?
It begins with what level you're operating at. I would love to be able to support people at the individual team level, but this program is mostly for people whose responsibilities are broader than that. So if you are an enterprise coach, or if you're running a PMO, or if you have organizational change responsibility, possibly with a center of excellence, something of that nature, where it's on you to bring change into the organization in the direction of greater agility. That makes you a good candidate for this. And then if you're interested in being in a peer situation of that kind, I would say it's a terrific option.
And in my current role, I'm responsible for activation for the consumer application. So we have 7 team, a Scrum team working and producing every 2 weeks. And so we have a Scrum Master that part of my team. And we have the activation side where we collect everything that is developed, go through a regression cycle, and then we deliver. So my role is overarching to all teams plus the delivery.
Well, that sounds like a good fit to me. If you're motivated by the idea of bringing your questions to a group of your peers, and where you have enough of a perspective that it's not just constrained by what's going on within a single team. And it sounds like you meet both of those criteria.
And one other thing that I have seen, there is a gap between the aspiration of being agile versus the practicality of it, and acknowledging that there is challenge in implementation, and then being a kind of pure agile versus more practical approach. So do you think in these sessions we have the people who come here, who join, will be more practical side, who are facing these real life challenges where we are trying to be agile, but it's not going to happen in one day. It's a journey. And meanwhile, they okay to do things that are not prescribed.
Everybody in these groups, and by the way, there are going to be 2 groups, one in Seattle and one for national membership. Everybody in these groups has practical responsibility to bring change. And every one of them is grappling with the questions of how do I step from the ideal world towards the world where the company meets me today. I personally, my view is that Agile purity is brittle and not terribly practical. On the other hand, of course, there is always a danger that when you take a small step and you make compromises, that turns out to be a stopping place instead of step on the journey. It's something to continually watch out for. We can't do that here. We'll have to do something else. Well, then the question is, are we doing something else now so that it becomes possible to do a little more later? Or do we do something else now and just stop there? Mm-hmm. That's a risk. And there are all kinds of forces in these organizations that are going to make it difficult to really change in the direction of an agile mindset. So I'm looking for some spirited conversation. People will be trying things and possibly have opinions about what each other are doing. And I say, let's bring that and have a rich conversation.
Okay, thank you. What next?
Well, the thing to do is reach out to me, which you can do. Possibly you'll provide a link on this video, or people can reach out to me via LinkedIn.
Yeah, I will add a hyperlink to the you sent, plus the one that I used to schedule this.
Terrific. Yeah, reach out to me and we'll talk about timing and price and so forth and make sure this is a good fit.
Any additional message that you want to share?
I am excited about the possibilities of what this group of people will generate in their identity as a group. There's something about the we space that can emerge when people begin to trust each other and become close. And that's an important part of this to me. I want people to feel like they're in a setting where they can trust each other enough to show a little vulnerability to admit their difficulties and to really be open to listen critically, but listen to what they're hearing.
You was planning for this. What was the outcome that you're looking?
Well, I want participants to feel like they have spent their time and gotten value for it. Basically, and what that's going to mean is going to differ for each person. In general, I think I would like it if people feel supported. I would like it if people feel that they've tapped into a source of creativity and a source of perspectives. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you're trying to solve a problem. It's possible somebody else has tackled something like it. This will be a setting where that kind of knowledge can percolate through among the participants. And so my hope is that people will feel that they have come away from each session, with a little bit of feeling of being refreshed and some enthusiasm and some ideas about what to try and some sense about how to consider what's going on. Share
what we have done as a group, plus what other people are doing in their space that we can utilize, take ourselves to the next level.
That's exactly right. So you have your specific challenges that are in front of you at Advent Health. You've got the particular things that you're trying to do, and you've got the particular understanding that you're deriving those things from, and you've got the things that your environment has asked you to do, and you've got the obstacles that exist in that environment. And out of all of this, you put together some kind of a sense of what are you going to try next, and you try it. And then you look at what happened, and then you say, how well is that working? And when the moment comes that you think, there are probably other people out there I could talk to who might have some useful perspectives on this. Yeah. That's where this group comes in. And so if you're able to walk away with some ideas of something different to try, or a different way to think about what you're already trying, a different sense of optimism, patience, compassion, connectedness, curiosity, inquiry. These things increase in you. They should lead to more satisfying outcomes that you and the organization will all be able to look at and say, yeah, this is better this year than it was last year. So that's the kind of thing that I would hope for.
That's awesome. I am excited to join this program, and I will be bringing what I have learned, what I have gained to the audience every month. And I'm excited to partner with Halim on this.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to working with you, Vinod. You'll be terrific in the group. We'll be lucky to have you.